Right, hello, welcome back to the United Way Fire latest Manchester United news. Wasn't expecting to do a show today, but I thought we may as well do daily shows. So hope everybody as well. Jesus Christ, as well. Bit of news to discuss today. Bit of Ineos Europa League, Nice. Bit of an issue there. Casemiro unhappy with Ten Hag, and then we also have a bit of transfer news around Jadon Sancho and Mason Greenwood as well, and a few little bits. So hope everyone is well again. Usually we do our news shows at around 5, 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock is probably the latest. But look, we thought we'd come on here and see what this time can do as well. Because maybe we could do 2 shows a day. Let's see how this one can rumble for us. But hope everyone is well. Please do like the video if you haven't already and subscribe. Much appreciated. Look, we thought we'd get jumping. Look, a bit of news here today because again, there's nothing. You can't go a day without no Manchester United news, and this is another one. I have to fix the green screen behind me because it's really pissing me off. Because I'm literally looking at it on YouTube here, and I'm sure it's annoyed me as much as it is you. Am I glitching? Am I glitching, or am I seeing things? Because if I'm glitching, please do let me know because I don't want to glitch. And that grinds me gears. But I don't think I am according to YouTube anyways. But like I said, if you are new, please like the video, comment your thoughts on the news that we'll discuss, and do subscribe. Much appreciated. So I get stuck in to the first bit of news. So coming out, Casemiro was hurt by Ten Hag's decision to drop him for the FA Cup final. Casemiro and Manchester United directors will hold a meeting to define his future. Look, what do we think? Casemiro, he was dropped for the FA Cup final. I think we should sell Casemiro, to be brutally honest, in the summer. Look, he didn't have a great season. He's been here for 2 seasons, 1 good season and 1 bad season. You look at how good Casemiro can be, very off the ball this season. And look, we look back at it, the decision to drop Ten Hag for the cup final, to drop Casemiro for the cup final was. You look at it now, it was a good decision, but I'm sure some people would have been a bit worried that he was dropped regardless of his performances. How's things, Richard Pal? Hope all is well. Hope you're doing well. Did you drink them drink you were speaking about last week? Was it the 40 Heineken or 20 Heineken or something like that? Look, I'm sure you. Look, if you did drink, you drank them without being upset, which is brilliant, isn't it? Which is brilliant, but look, yeah, Casemiro's upset that Ten Hag dropped him, but you cannot blame Ten Hag for dropping him. And look, I want to come on here today and not discuss too much about Ten Hag because look, we'll talk about Ten Hag when a bit of news breaks. There is a bit of news surrounding Ten Hag, but sometimes I want to, tomorrow we may do something a bit more exciting. We may come on and do just something fun for the crack. If any ideas, throw them my way. But I want to do something fun, if not tomorrow, anytime, because I just love a day to come on here and discuss, and I'll just have a laugh, and and it can be a bit of a fun show that we can all interact with, an interactive show. Richard says he was initially in the matchday squad on Saturday, and then Erik ten Hag said he was injured. He did, but then a bit of news came out after it that he wasn't injured. So again, you don't really know, do you? You don't really know what to believe. That's the problem with Manchester United and news and all that sort of stuff. You don't know what to believe. But the fact that he was hurt, obviously there wasn't an injury, but you really just don't know. But could you blame Ten Hag for dropping him though? Would you have started Ten Hag on Saturday? But I know, why do I keep thinking time will be start Ten Hag? Casemiro, all gone 60 Heineken. Well, I'm sure you had a sore head though the next morning, but we won, so it was worth it in the end, which is brilliant to see. The main thing I want to discuss is about this Ineos, Europa League sort of stuff, because I seen something yesterday that we're going to be dropped to the Conference League, and look, yeah, I didn't fucking believe it because I still think there'd be no problem Manchester United playing European football next season. You know, I mean, there surely there won't be any problems there. I mean, look at Man City and Girona. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I really just don't get it that there's a problem when it comes to us, but when it comes to Man City and Girona, who don't Man City partially own Girona or something like that, the City Group or something like that. So I mean, I don't get the problem with them. With I really, really don't get it. I mean, I doubt Girona make it to Champions League much, but still. But Telegraph Tucker has come out and said Sergeant Ratcliffe and Ineos have until Monday to satisfy UEFA that Man United and Nice should be both allowed to compete in the Europa League next season. I mean, like I said, I don't think there'll be much issue. I hope not, anyways. I really, really hope not, because you look at this and the last thing you want, which again, like I said, just again, it's only my opinion. I'd be very surprised if karma bites us and when we end up dropping to the Conference League. But again, I'm not sure where Nice finished. I'd imagine they finished in the Europa League spot, so that's one of the reasons why. But I really don't see I mean, Ineos, you really just don't know what to make of it all. You really, really just don't. But I am trying to check Nice and where they finished, because I don't really watch them enough. I don't really watch them enough to know. Richard says Amrabat was good on Saturday and I would keep him as a backup for 17 million. They finished 5th, so I'd imagine that's Europa League, just like we have Europa League when you finish 5th. I mean, yeah, Amrabat was very good. Amrabat was very good on Saturday. And look, a lot of people have changed their views on Amrabat. I can see why. I mean, he played well the previous games, not just Saturday, but Saturday he was everywhere, wasn't he? Like, I think the commentator said it. Was it BBC or ITV? Anyways, whatever. I think it was ITV. And they said he's not a top class player, but he just does the job, and that's all you need. I mean, you need to look. I'm not looking for, I'm not looking for an ex Kevin. No, I wouldn't say I'm not looking for an ex Kevin De Bruyne, because he's a good player, but I just want someone who can come in and do the job. You know what I mean? I want someone who can come in and do the job. And Amrabat, he's aggressive, and the thing is about him, he has pace. Like, he does have pace. You know what I mean? And the Amrabat that we've seen against Newcastle, Brighton, he wasn't so great, but still. But the Amrabat we've seen in the previous games was the Amrabat we signed. The Amrabat we wanted, sorry. The Amrabat, that Amrabat was the reason why we wanted him. I mean, the thing is, if we signed Amrabat permanently in January, you would have been getting, he's this, he's that, he's a flop. He's not a flop. He can't really, a £70 million player cannot be a flop. But he's rubbish. Why did we sign and waste the money, get him gone? You know what I mean? He's this, he's that. He's the next fucking Fellaini or some mad shit like that. But the fact that he's a loanee, you look at it and think, well, it was a good thing that we signed him on loan, just to see how things planned out. But the way he's been playing, I'm sure Ten Hag is thinking, do we sign him? And, are any of us thinking the same? And I'm sure Amrabat would love to stay at Manchester United. But the fact is, will his recent performances help him? The good performance against the recent good performances, and Man City being one. You know what I mean? You really just never know. But I mean, the fact that when Amrabat's come in, he's played left back mostly. He played left back, well, not mostly, but he played left back against it was Newcastle in the Europa League and Palace it was. But he played left back about 2 or 3 other games after that. So a lone player coming in, playing left back, he's a defensive midfielder, and we're playing him left back. Don't really think that's going to work. Alright, then you had Mainu, who was outstanding, so he was never going to be dropped. Casemiro very rarely gets dropped. I know he got dropped on Saturday, but still. McTominay has probably played more games than Amrabat this season. And sometimes you wonder why now, but it is what it is. Another player who is not really great, but it's more like a squad player. I think that's what people wouldn't mind us bringing out, to be a bit of a squad player, to come off the bench or whatever. But the midfield on Saturday of Mainu, Amrabat and McTominay was actually good. Like it was actually good, funny enough. But again, it'd be interesting to see if we do keep him. But you'd imagine, I'll be surprised. I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if Casemiro was here come August. I'll be surprised if he's here come next season. I think he'll head off to Saudi somewhere, and then we may or may not keep Amrabat. Or if we do let him go, look, if we do let Amrabat go, we need to bring in a midfielder. And I feel like maybe if you do keep Amrabat, we may still bring in a midfielder, but depending on who that midfielder is, because I look at Manchester United now. Varane is gone, so we need a defender, a centre back, another left back. I wouldn't mind, to be brutally honest with you, and a striker as well needed, because Rasmus, he was like throughout the season he was our only striker. You know what I mean? And when he came in, he was injured with a back injury. So you know what I mean. A bit of competition there, and another striker would be vital. Like, look at most clubs. All clubs have two strikers. You know what I mean? I think the only club that don't have two strikers is Arsenal, but they have Havertz who can play centre forward, so maybe he can do the job. Because Jesus is always out, but when we have Rasmus out, and look, we played Bruno on the false nine on Saturday, which it wasn't bad when you look back at it. But I prefer Bruno in his normal position. And you know what I mean. Let's hope we can bring in a striker. Whether that's, again, it'd be interesting to see what striker we bring in. Like, we may not bring in anyone outstanding, and that's the thing about it. But I was watching Atalanta last week in the Europa League, and I forgot. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot one of the defenders' names. But anyways, one of the defenders played brilliant, and I was looking at him going, he's a decent player. I wouldn't mind Manchester United need him, but I think centre back, midfielder, and striker is what we should be looking at in the summer. It should be Manchester United should be looking at them three positions mainly in the summer: centre back, midfield, and striker, because we need it. You can't go another season with. Look, I don't think Johnny Evans will have a lot of legs in him, to be brutally honest, next season. I'd look, as much as Maguire has done well this season, I'd sell him. What would we do with Lindelof? You know what I mean? Like Richard says there, Pest Brothers at a rector. Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. Exactly. We need a midfielder, regardless if we keep Amrabat or not. And look, I'd sell Casemiro. I mean, how much could we get for Casemiro, though? Like, how much could we get from him? Brutally honest with you, we signed him for his contract must have like another year or two left. I think it's 2, but again, I could be wrong. So you're looking at that. I don't think we're going to get 70 million or more from him. I don't think that's happening, because look, I'm surprised we spent that much money for him at the end when you look back. So what's the best we could get for Casemiro? Like, brutally speaking, like, what is the best we could get from him? Is 50, like, is that a dream? Is it 40 or less? Like, like, Manchester United can sometimes bend over backwards when it comes to selling players. And we can sort of sell players, and like on transfer market, its value is 20 million euros. So put that into pounds, how much are we talking? And his contract expires in 2026, so 2 years left on his contract. And he joined us 2 years ago, 2022. I mean, centre back is not good enough. Centre back Casemiro was shocking. It's not his position. It's not his position. You know what I mean? It's not. So I can't really go mad at him there, but he hasn't got the legs. I just don't think Casemiro has the legs anymore. And look, everyone kind of agree on that one, but what midfielder do we bring in? Like, I agree, we need to bring in a midfielder. Like, midfielder is a must. But the fact is, who do we bring in? Who are we looking at? Who are we looking at? That's my problem. Is who are we looking at to sign? Because I mean, someone may look back at and say, bring in De Jong, but I like to say I should bring in this and that player, but how much do we have to spend? And let's be brutally honest, I'm afraid to do a video yet about who we're going to bring in and who we're going to sell and who we're going to bring in, because it's easy to say who we can bring in and bring out when it's, you know, who the new manager's going to be. Richard says seemingly there's a £25 million offer in from Saudi. Yeah, that's. I mean, look, 25 million. I mean, I'd just look, ship him off. And again, I think Saudi will be his destination. Like, you look at people, it's like, you know, China a few years ago when that was sort of the league you go and retire at and get a bit of money before, you know, you call an end to your career. But I'd be very surprised if he doesn't go to Saudi. I can't see him going to any top class club. Like, he may go to Al Nassr, you know, may link up with Cristiano Ronaldo again. You know, I doubt he'd probably go to one of the top teams in Saudi, which is what, Al Nassr, Al Ittihad, and some other club. I can't really tell you. But, you know, like it is there, Casemiro, Manchester United's directors will hold the meeting to define the future of the midfielder. The expectation is that it will seal the end of the marriage between the club and player, symbolising one of Sergio Ratcliffe's first decisions at the head of institutions of football. I mean, look, we was always leaving. You know, I don't think that he's, you know, I think we signed him too late. I think we signed him for too much, and the fact we gave him a 4-year contract was ridiculous, anyways. But again, you don't get back at it then. Casemiro was up. Ten Hag was constantly wanting De Jong. We didn't get De Jong, so right. Plan B, Casemiro. You know what I mean? We chased Frankie De Jong for about a month or two or something like that. It was, you know, 1 minute it was 95% done, and the next minute it was not happening. You know what I mean? You got told, "Oh, here we go. It's going to be soon," and it was happening, and it wasn't happening. And actually, looking at a year or 2 years later or whatever, we're not getting him. But I mean, look, let's just see what else can happen with Manchester United. But what I'd say is I'd sell Casemiro. He was the first player to sell on my list, to be really honest. I'd still sell Maguire. I know, you know, he has a decent season, but I'd still sell Maguire. Sancho, Greenwood, obviously. Eriksen I'd get rid of. Look, I'd like to say Anthony, but I don't think we'll sell him. I don't think Ten Hag will want to sell him, to be brutally honest with you. With Varane and him out, you could afford Tosin plus another defence. Again, I keep forgetting about Tosin Adebayo, I think his second name is. Yeah, I mean, down to one player who's a free agent now, I think, and then another one. That's two decent centre-backs there. You know what I mean? And then maybe you could ship off Lindelof. You know what I mean? Maybe you could do that, because then, I mean, look, if you do that, then you'll have Leach, Todibo, Tosin, and maybe Evans. But, you know, I feel like it's either going to be Lindelof or Maguire, who I think will leave the club in the summer. But again, that's only me. That's what I think. But I could be totally wrong. But the fact of, if we go into the new season with no centre back, you know, whether it's a free agent or whether it's Tosin or Todibo or whoever, I think a lot of Manchester United fans will be a bit pissed off that, you know, you need to. It's not like Varane's going to be here next season, but then I'll be really blunt with you. Even if Varane was staying for another year, which obviously he's not, but if he was, I'd still sit here and say we need to bring in another centre back, because Varane is very, very injury prone. And you can't rely on Johnny Evans or Maguire or Lindelof. You can't. They're three defenders. Maguire not much pace. Same with Evans and same with Lindelof. Look, Evans solid this season. Lindelof, I mean, just try something. I mean, Lindelof, I wonder how, I mean, did he play a lot of games for us this season? Like, he did play for us, but he was sort of all over the place. And then you look at Maguire, who, when he was doing well, picked up injuries. So, you know what I mean? Leach, again, picked up 2 or 3 injuries this season. So you know what I mean. It's really just one of them sort of things where you're not sure what to make of it all. To be brutally honest with you, but I do think that like Richard says, Tadibo and Tosin. I was saying his name. I was going to say Tosin in. Yeah, I mean down to I wouldn't mind. Like we're linked with Tadibo. I remember Tottenham were really interested in him in the summer. Then they brought in Dragashin or some mad name like that. Sounds like a name you'd hear in Harry Potter, some shit like that. Not that I watch it. I wouldn't watch that show. Not being bad. If you watch it, fair enough. Not for me. But again, obviously, we'll have another show tomorrow. About 4 or 5 o'clock. Discussing basically what who should bring in, who should sell. I want to have like I said tomorrow. I want to have a fun show, and if anyone has any ideas, throw them my way, and we'll see what we can do. But I want to do a fun show tomorrow or whatever. Richard says you can get Tadibo for 40 million and you still have Martinez. Yeah, exactly. And then we need someone to partner up with Leach because Leach is going to be he's going to be on the starting line, in their starting lineup, hopefully every game next season. Hopefully his injuries are behind him now, because last season and even the season, near the end of the season before, when he picked up that injury against Sevilla, the injuries have been a nightmare for him. So hopefully they're behind him. And I mean, look, we played was he even 100% fit for the Newcastle, Brighton, and Man City game? I mean, look, he still done the job. Don't get me wrong, but the defense needs a lot done. And the problem is, like Tim says there, and how things Tim says, needs some consistency in defense. Yeah, exactly. I want to see consistency of not having to switch again. Any different? I mean, Jesus Christ, there's a mad stack going around that we've had a lot of different defensive lines this season. You know what I mean? And injuries are. I mean, look, the medical department should be sacked before anyone. that's being brutally honest with you. But the fact of the matter is that you cannot go into the new season with Lindelof, Lindelof, Maguire, and Evans, because Leach is going to start. When Leach is fit, he's going to start. It doesn't matter if it's Ten Hag or anyone that's the manager next season. They're going to start Leach. Come on, if we bring in a new manager and he's not starting Leach, there's something really going on. There's something going on there. But yeah, look, I really want to see what Manchester United have up their sleeve with players, but you imagine Tadibo plays for Nice. You cannot forget Tadibo plays for Nice. Ineos might have a bit of a thing there, so maybe we could get him swinging our ways. And look, if you can get him for 40 mil, that's brilliant. But the thing is, Manchester United can call in, the price tag goes up a lot. And yeah, it's definitely not ideal when the price tag goes up a lot, though. When the price tag goes up a lot, a player could be 40 million or 30 million. When Manchester United can crawl in, well, I will try and ask for 30, 40 mil. Let's see. Let's risk our arm here when it comes to players. But look, I do want to speak about Ineos actually and Nice. Telegraph Tucker has come out and said Sergeant Ratcliffe and Ineos have until Monday to satisfy UEFA that Man United and Nice should both be allowed to compete in the Europa League next season. An independent battle is due to roll on the matter before the Europa League qualifying round begin in the middle of July. If a solution is not found, United will be forced to drop into the Europa Conference League, since they finished in a low position in the Premier League, then Nice did in League 1. I'm just going to say League 1. I mean, what do we make of that? Are people not bothered? I mean, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake, I don't really get I don't really get the really point that, you know what I mean? So a deal could be done, says Richard. Well, if you're looking at, I mean, it depends what we're looking at, whether it's the Europa League or Tadibo. But I mean, if Tadibo, Nice, Ineos, bit of a link, bit of a relationship there, maybe. But the Europa League, like that's when you look at it, you hope that we don't drop into the Conference League. Like, oh, that fucking yeah, right. We finished 8th and Nice finished 5th, but we won a trophy, so maybe that could swing in our ways. But if that was always going to be a problem, though. Like when Ineos took over, that was always going to be a bit of an issue. That what about both teams qualify for the Premier League or the Premier League for the Champions League or the Europa League? Like what we how do things plan out there? But the fact now is, now what happens? They have until Monday, which is still a few days away. We're only in, well, it's only Tuesday, tomorrow Wednesday, so there's still a few days for them to satisfy satisfy UEFA is what I'm trying to say. But for sake, you hope that that's not a problem. But you really never know. But like Nice should go down. But you know what I mean. I really don't know. But like so other clubs do it. Like other clubs do it. Like you look at Brighton and St. Gilloas or something like that. They managed it. I think there's something going on there with Brighton and St. Gilloas. I'm just reading out someone else's comment. I'll be brutally blunt with you. But they're Man City and Girona. So like what's the issue there? Like what's the issue? If other clubs can do it, why can't we? Like it's just like when it comes to Manchester United, But look, I don't think it'll be an issue, to be brutally blunt. Ineos should surely have that covered. But the fact that both clubs should play, both clubs should be allowed to play. Both clubs, either club, whether it's Ineos or whatever. But I just don't really, it's harsh. It's harsh if either Manchester United and Nice have to drop out. Some people. But yeah, it is harsh if either Nice and Manchester United have to drop down into the Conference League. But you do hope, because it'd be harsh, so you hope both clubs can qualify. But it's like Manchester United is involved. Yeah, fuck them. But Man City come crawling. Well, they can do what they want. They can play in 3 open competitions if they want. Which says I don't think it'll be a problem. Ineos will know all this and they will have a sort. But yeah, I mean, you hope so, and I agree with you. I do agree with you. But it won't be sort of harsh if both clubs can't. If either club has to drop down, is what I'll say. But we'll read a bit more news regarding GM Ratcliffe. Manchester United staff have been offered early payment of an annual bonus if they resign by next Wednesday, as part of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's edict to get all employees into the club's offices and his push to trim the workforce. I mean that's an interesting one. Obviously, I think I seen something a while ago that he wants to get them back into the office instead of working from home. Which I don't know where the fuck they'd be working from home anyways, but fair enough. I mean, you mean. But I mean, it is interesting. Like I read that a few times, and I sort of couldn't get my head around it. But now, the more I read it, more a bit like, right, I get it. Also from Sam C, who is related to, supposedly knows a few bit of things. Exclusive news: 2 key Ineos figures are now advocating for Ten Hag internally. Is the understanding a forced they were sort of after the meeting with all the players and key staff, they have developed a more favourable view of Eric Ten Hag. Kerr McKenny, who was accepted by the majority of decision makers in Manchester United, fell away as an option. And there's little trust in anyone else to do marginally better than Ten Hag next season, but he was on his way out before the final. I mean, like I said, I don't really want to discuss Ten Hag because yesterday we did and people got a bit upset, but I mean it's a debate actually. Fuck it. If anyone wants to have a debate, have a debate. I'm talking about it. Yeah, why not? But yeah, I mean, look, I want Ten Hag. I want Ten Hag to remain. But like it is. I mean, look again, like we said, Kieran McKenna was the main man. He was the main man. Ineos really seemed interested in, but the fact that he looks, David. I mean, we spoke about yesterday. David Ornstein came out and said that he's going to sign a new deal at Ipswich. So, maybe if he wasn't signing a new deal with Ipswich, maybe we would have got Kieran McKenna. But I still wasn't a big fan of Kieran McKenna because I feel like it's too soon for the man. Let him do what he's doing at Ipswich first. Like, you know what I mean? If he does wonders next season with Ipswich, well then let's see what happens. But when I say wonders, get them into European competition. But like, would it be just say if Ten Hag did get sacked, or if would you have liked McKenna, or would you have thinking it's a bit too soon? Would you have thinking it was a bit too soon? Yeah, I mean, sorry I had to go on mute there. Just checking the logs to see if things were going well. So it's been noted that injuries have significantly impacted team performance, contributing to some of the challenges faced on the field. Also, the off-field issues regarding Anthony Greenwood, Sancho, and Rashford. How these off-field issues have been handled has garnered positive feedback, especially from Ineos recognising the efforts to maintain professionalism and address problems effectively. I mean, look, you had issues at Manchester United last season with Cristiano Ronaldo. That was sorted. He left. Then the season that's just ended. Sancho, Rashford even. I mean, Greenwood was sorted in the summer. I mean, you'd imagine he'd be gone sold this summer. I mean, there's a player we could get money from as well. We could get money from Greenwood. You can't forget, and Sancho. You know what I mean? That. Like, think of it. Speaking of back to transfers, you'll get money for Greenwood, Sancho, Casemiro. That's only three I've named, but if you get rid of Ericsson too, and Maguire, there's a bit of money that could be made here in the summer as well for players. So I don't want to see any shitty excuse that we can't afford, but I really don't. There's money to be made there. Richard said a comment that I actually agree with. He says, I like McKenna. If he keeps Ipswich up, he's one for the future. Exactly. He is one for the future if he keeps Ipswich up and does a good job there. But if he comes up and then goes straight back down, well, then you're sort of thinking, do we get away with it? But if he keeps Ipswich up and does a good job, which look, used to play a part of Manchester United, I'd like him to do well at Ipswich Town. I'd love to see Ipswich do well next season, but I wouldn't be too confident. Like, he wouldn't be surprised if Leicester, Southampton, and Ipswich go back down, because that's how it's been. The teams the three teams that were promoted this season just gone was Luton, Sheffield United, and I can't believe I'm missing a team. Luton, Sheffield, and Burnley gone. Bosh. But the Premier League it's not as exciting where teams that come like one says up you had Nottingham Forest who kind of had that good year where they stayed up, and they're probably the only team that survived since being promoted 2 years ago now, 2 or 3 years back. So they're the only team that sort of survived. Am I missing any other team? I don't think so. But yeah, McKenna is definitely one for the future if he does a job. But at Ipswich, if you sign a new long-term contract at Ipswich, maybe it'll take a bit of I'm sure if Manchester United came crawling, regardless of whether he has a contract or not, I'm sure he'd love to take the job, obviously. But you look at Michael Carrick, who done a good job with Middlesbrough. I know we didn't get them promoted, but you got them to you done well with them. I think you got them to a playoff semi-final. Or maybe you did get them to. I think you got them to a playoff final when Nottingham Forest beat them in the playoff final. No, he wasn't managing. But regardless, he done a good season with Middlesbrough last season or season before. But, no one really wanted him. And he didn't do well. He done all right with us when Ollie got sacked. But, look, you could say that maybe McKenna's a better manager than Michael Carrick. But look, we'll move on from that. I don't know what was where that was going. Punchpoint says Ten Hag needs time, but this Ineos review is taking too long. Hopefully that doesn't hurt our player and market. Well, supposedly, seen a bit of news was this morning that they won't be in a rush to make a decision, which, yeah, I agree. You cannot prolong this and keep it going. But yeah, like you do hope so, because like I said, I want to do a show where we talk about who we can sell, who we can bring in. But I don't want to do that until we know what the story is. Like if Ten Hag is sacked, well then we can see, right, let's see what happens. But if Ten Hag is going to stay, well then we can jump straight into it. But unfortunately, Manchester United, we don't do things quick at all, do we? We don't do things quick at all. But let's for Richard Romano said earlier on, many managers are waiting to see what's going to happen at Manchester United, as they're really attracted by the possibility of managing the club. At the moment, there is no further for the United job. There are many candidates. I watched them today, actually, and they said, how come we're not interviewing Ruben Amorim, who manages Sporting? That's a good thing. Like, we're interviewing managers who, like, we're interviewing Thomas Frank. Supposedly we talked to Tuchel and De Zerbi, who we're either interested in, and Kieran McKenna. Why not look at managers like Amorim? Like, if we are going to sack Ten Hag, which I hope we don't do, but just say if we are, why can't we look at Ruben Amorim? I mean, look, I know he didn't go to Liverpool when they wanted him, but he wants to go to Liverpool. Let's be fucking brutally honest here. And, remember that big news when he was going to West Ham, which was fucking shocking. It would have been a big appointment for West Ham if they brought him, but it never got to happen, which wasn't true in the end, suppose he apologised about all that malarkey. But look at Amorim. I'm just, again, like I said, I want Ten Hag to stay, but we're looking at shit managers. Like, I'm not, like, Tuchel, Pochettino, De Zerbi, Gareth Southgate. I don't want any of them. McKenna, a good manager at Ipswich, but give the man time. For fuck's sake, give the man time. Look at Chelsea. Look at Chelsea appointed as manager. He used to manage Leicester City. Like, that's how poor the manager market is, though. When they're bringing in some from Leicester City. Like, it can work out well for you, but it can't work out well for you. It can go good. Look, it can go good or go bad. That's the exact way I'll put it. That's the exact way I'll put it. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be linked to the man who used to manage AC Milan, because he left. He's gone. So look at managers. Look at Amorim. Look at him, for example. Like, look at him again. Just to say it for the 10th time today. I want Ten Hag to remain, but we're looking at these shit managers, because it's like we're trying to save money, but Ten Hag has a year left, I think. Why the fuck are we going to, yeah. You just can't make sense of it. By sacking him, you may as well just bring in someone else. But I mean, yeah. It is going to be interesting to see, because, like I said, we don't, like, I mean, yeah, he has another year left at his contract, 2025. Then, so yeah, I don't get it all, and that's the problem with Manchester United. You know what I mean? Since I started doing content, especially, you sort of think, what the fuck is all this? Like, I never took much notice of it, because but you look at it and it's you're doing content, you're sort of a bit thinking, what the hell is all this shit? But yeah, I want Casemiro on my bench rather than selling him. I mean, look again. Like I spoke earlier on, like we spoke earlier on, because supposedly he's not happy with Ten Hag. Supposedly they're falling out. Because Casemiro wasn't happy that he was dropped for the FA Cup final on Sunday. But when we got told he was injured, but then you got news that he wasn't injured. But look, I'd sell him. But again, look, you just never know what'll happen. Whether we'll keep him or whether he'll want to go. Like maybe he wants to go. Like maybe Casemiro just wants to go. I mean, a lot of Saudi seems to be interested in him most, and a lot of other teams in Italy or Spain or Germany or whatever. I mean, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. But I'm sure Ineos will definitely look at the issues with Ronaldo and Sancho, and that supposedly when him and Varane had a bit of a tiff. Was it December or January, because Varane wasn't getting game time. And now Casemiro, I'm sure they will look at that, but Ronaldo didn't help himself, and neither did Sancho. But Varane, I mean, I never really thought Varane would be the sort of man to cause trouble. And look, I like Varane. It's a shame he's gone, because he's a leader in that dressing room, and when him and Leach play, I feel very confident. I honestly, they were one of the reasons why I was very confident on Saturday. But look, here's hoping. But look, I don't know. I really, really don't know. And Richard says he will be a very expensive bench sitter. I mean, look, I don't think he want to be benched. I think Casemiro, doesn't matter how good or bad he thinks he's playing, he'll want to play. He'll want to start. He won't want to sit on the bench. He would think to himself, I could just go elsewhere and play week in, week out. But I'd look again. I hope we can get a few journalists on, because we have had a few, like maybe Rob Dawson and Ben Jacobs and all them sort of big lads, because we have had them on before. Maybe they could give us a bit of insight. But you really, really don't know what to make. But I look again, like I said, it's only a fan opinion. I'm not like your Mark Gobages, where I can tell you for a fact. I can only tell you from just my opinion. I think he leaves in the summer, but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. Don't take it from me. I think he'd be gone because high wages. Like Otto Snipes says there, and who's things Otto Snipes says, high prone. Yeah, well, I mean, look, I think his legs have gone. I do think Casemiro's legs have gone. I do think the Premier League is just. I mean, Casemiro, he's not a young lad anymore. Actually, would I be? Here's our oldest player in the club at the club now. Was it maybe Heaton or Johnny Evans? Is it actually? But anyways, don't listen to me. I just go off into these mad brain farts. Casemiro's 32 years of age. He's 32 years of age. Clubs will want. Some clubs will be interested, but not your Italian clubs or your German clubs or your French clubs. I think your Saudi clubs will be interested in them. And the problem is with Saudi is when the money's there, people want it. When the money's there and you're getting offered high wages, you're taking that. You are taking that. You're taking that money. I mean, you look at like if you look at Neves, like really liking Ruben Neves. I always would have liked Manchester United. So Ruben Neves, still fairly young. But the fact that he went there. He didn't go there for he went there for the money. Ronaldo went there for the money. As much as I love Cristiano Ronaldo, I really do like Cristiano Ronaldo. And if you haven't liked the video already, please do and subscribe, much appreciated. Who else has went there? Neymar went there for the money. Mitrovic, who I thought was a very good striker for Fulham, went there. Benzema went there. Players have went there. They have went there. Oh, it's Saudi. They went there. How much am I getting offered? I'm getting offered this. Yeah, give me that. No doubt about it. Punchpaint says he'll get that Saudi money for sure. Oh yeah, exactly. 100% he will. 100. Saudi have a lot of dough, and it's one of the reasons where when some clubs who have them, Saudi have a lot of money, and if Casemiro wants this amount, they'll give him that amount, and if not more. You want 300k? Okay, we'll give you 500k. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, look, they have all the money in the world. Trust me on that one. Whoops. Snipe says, I get that he can't play centre back, but there was no choice due to injury, but he's struggling. Selling him to Saudi is best. Again, like I said, you can exactly give him the benefit of the doubt. Can't play centre back, but I can't tell you a lot of players have to be forced to play in positions they don't want to be played. Like Amrabat left back, Dallo, I'm not sure he minded playing left back, but there Bruno had to play him as a false 9. It was Garnacho had to be forced to play right wing, which Garnacho's been very, very solid this season at Manchester United. Players have played in positions where they've been forced to play and they haven't had a choice. They haven't had a choice to play there. And hopefully the days of all these bad injuries are gone. Because I guarantee if we have another season with a lot of injuries, just give me a rope and surely not. But yeah, Saudi, I do think selling was best. Johnny, that's my question about who's the oldest player at the club. Thanks very much, Richard Powell. I thought it was between Heaton and Evans, but thanks for clarifying that up for me. I thought Heaton was 38, was it? Again, I'm not going to look. I'll take your word for it, Richard Powell. Punchpace says, I'd still take Firmino if he wants to make a comeback, and I feel Casemiro might pull a Henderson. Yeah, I mean, okay, Jesus Christ, Henderson, fucking hell, how did I forget him? Yeah, he went there for the Moolah. Milinkovic-Savic used to play for Lazio. I think he plays in Saudi. So, I mean, Firmino, again, as much as I hate Liverpool, he was a very good player when he played at Liverpool. He sort of, he sort of played like a bit of a false 9 role, didn't he? Like Liverpool, even when he plays Jota, it's a false 9 there, or Gakpo even, and when he had Firmino, but I don't think you want to come to Manchester United. I don't think you want to do that to Liverpool, as much as he was a good player. I don't think he'll. I don't think you want to come to us. But again, if you haven't liked the video already, please do, and also hit that subscribe button. Be much appreciated. But again, I know we usually do our shows a bit earlier in the day, and tomorrow it will be the same time. If there's something to talk about, but if not, I'll come up with something. But I want to do. If anyone has any interesting topics we can do tomorrow, please do let me know and put them in the comments, and we'll see what we can do there. Oh, Snipe says, I think he's a closed case. No new contract, go for free or sell. No way he can come back. A younger player, he was more injured, would best suit, assuming tactic is going to be a quick counter. Obviously if it's, I don't think, maybe Real Madrid will want him, because isn't Toni Kroos leaving? Isn't he retiring? Jeez, Toni Kroos is retiring. Fuck yeah, now I know this is not Manchester United related, but Toni Kroos, man, Jesus Christ. He retired from the German national team, didn't he? And then he went back and he's retiring, and Jesus Christ, he was it. But then look, can we just say, right? I know this is totally off the topic, but you look at Real Madrid, look at the attacking line they'll have next season. Holy shit. Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Oh my god! like you have that Diaz and Joselu guy, who I mean, for sake, was it Joselu who played for Stoke and was it Newcastle? He literally got them to the Champions League final. He got them to the Champions League final. What a Mbappe! Oh man, God bless the teams that come up against Real Madrid next season, because they're going to be an absolute threat. And Bellingham, fucking hell, how can I forget Bellingham in the midfield? And Valverde, and Tchouameni, and Camavinga, and I haven't even spoke about Luka Modric. Like, whoa! And that Goulet guy, I think his name is. Like, Real Madrid, I mean, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? I remember the days of Ronaldo. Oh god, you had Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema, like fucking hell, like, yeah, what a team. But look, that's not about us. We have our Garnacho, Rasmus, and Rashford, or Ahmad, and Anthony. We're well suited for the next couple of years. But look, I really don't know. I mean, all Snipe says there. Obviously, if it's about Casemiro, what player would you replace? Would you replace him with? But since United broke, it had to be a low ball to get a new guy into his position. I mean, look, you look at the defenders, the midfielders we have now. You can play the defensive midfield role. No way going back to Madrid. No, I know he's not. No way. I don't think they'll. I mean, fuck's sake, Real Madrid. It's like we like to go. Like, Real Madrid must love Manchester United. Oh, they're coming to buy. They're coming to buy Luka Modric. Let's ask for 100 mil. Top club. Like, you ever got, oh, Manchester United, Real Madrid have a great relationship. Real Madrid love Manchester United because we give them a lot more money than they want. Teams laugh when we buy players off them. Who's only worth 20 million, but we got 80. Yup. But back to Casemiro. Who would I replace him? Well, back what I was going to say. You have midfielders, like the defensive midfielders. You have Manu, who is I tell you what, the way he's playing, he is going to be one. Be careful. He's he is he's only young now, but he's top. He's top class now. But when he gets older and older, it's just fucking hell. It's only Dean, by the way. But you have Manu, who is going to be at that much, just not a starting 11 all game next season. He is solid. Then you have Scott McTominay, who I don't think is a defensive midfielder, but it's on his profile. Sophie and Amrabat, whether he's going to be here. But I feel like if you sign Amrabat, I don't think he'll play week in, week out. I don't think he'll play week in, week out. I think he'd be more of a squad player, like a bit McTominay. And I mean, would people sell McTominay? Like, would people sell McTominay? Regardless of what Ten Hag thinks, would you still consider selling McTominay? Punch Paint says, Fofana from Monaco. I mean, that's actually a good question, actually, because it's not like... Ooh. I'm actually thinking of the player I have to play alongside Manu, who's a very good player. That's a good question, Otto Snipes. Jesus, man, you caught me there now, I tell you what. And usually I'd have a player to think about, but I actually haven't. God. Yeah. If a fan from Monaco is not a bad one. You see, you don't know, because I'm thinking of, who could we... Like, you don't want to go in for someone huge. What I mean by that is someone we're going to have to pay an arm and a leg for. And I don't think we'll go in for a high-profile midfielder. I don't think we'll go in for a high-profile midfielder. Punch Power Snipe, says, I think we need a veteran in the team who will guide the team in the right direction, like Modric and Kroos in midfield. What are you thinking? Yeah, but then they're very, very experienced as well. So, yeah, you really just don't know. You really just don't know. You really just don't know. Oh man, I really hate to keep you rumbling. Will Gallagher be Gallagher? Yeah, yeah. Conor Gallagher will be good. Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind him. I don't know. I don't know. I'd imagine he maybe be under the new Chelsea project, which is fucking shit. Um, Honestly, like, mm, I don't know. Like, I could give you names, but that doesn't mean they're going to do well at Manchester United. Like, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean they're going to be brilliant. Um, I always would have liked us to sign Ruben Neves, but I mean, he's a Saudi now, so he's not going to come to Manchester United. But like, I'll ask you this to back to Auto Snipes. You asked me the question: is it a realistic you would replace him with, or not realistic? So if it's realistic, well then I could maybe try and work my head around it. But if it's not realistic, well then I can give you one straight off the back. I can give you one straight off the back if that's the case. And please do like the video if you are new. To anyone watching, and subscribe, be much appreciated. Um, yeah, which would be much appreciated. Um, I don't know because you know what the problem is. We actually haven't been linked. We've been linked to more, strikers and not midfielders, centre backs, and all that sort of stuff. We haven't been linked to a lot of midfielders. We haven't been linked to a lot of midfielders. So, Snoop says, "Should we keep Amrabat?" You know what, right? I actually would. Like after seeing like I like. I mean, I kept really saying it on Saturday. Like he's everywhere. He's everywhere. He has improved. To be fair, but will it help him? Like, will his recent performances, like, will they help him, or will they look at his overall time at Manchester United? But look, I would keep him. I would keep Amrabat, no doubt about it. Punchman says, "I would love Pelini." Pelini, yeah, yeah, no, he's fucking, yeah, no, he is, he is someone I'd love as well. Um, at Manchester United, like I always liked, you know, um, Ruben Neves, but like I said, he's not going to come to Manchester United. And will he work? You never know. Richard says he'd keep him as a backup. Agreed, Richard Pal. Punchbase says Armabat as a gem off the bench. I keep him. Yeah, no, Sam. I'd keep him as well. He needs to get comfortable with the Premier League. Yeah, no, he does. And Richard says, don't think we would get him. That's Cepelini. Well, I mean, look, it's worth a shot, but yeah, no, I don't think he will. Um, I don't think we'll get him. I don't think we'll get him, but I mean, you hope so. Ollie's in the chat. Ollie's at the wheel. How's things, Ollie pal? Hope you're doing well. Hope you get a job soon. Hope you get a job soon. Um, I don't like the thing is like I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be linked with fucking whatchamacallit. Rabiot again. I remember we were linked to Rabiot and I was like, get the fuck out. Ollie says, Ollie in, Ten Hag out. Well, of course you're going to say that, Ollie, aren't you? I tell you who actually is a good midfielder as well. Amadou Onana, Everton. What are we saying? Young, young. Amadou Onana. I mean, we're linked to him in the summer. I'd love Kimmich, but that's just unrealistic. De Jong, I don't think we'll have enough for De Jong. I'm just reading through a few defenders here. Midfielders, really. Snipes says, I don't think Ineos will keep Amrabat since inconsistent. But that's the problem. Like, as much as I'd like us to keep him, that's true. Because will they look at his overall time at the club, or will they look at his previous performances? You just never know. Punch Paint says, when will Jack Fletcher be ready? That dude is scary. Yeah, he does. I mean, Yeah, no, he is. I mean, you look at, I have to say, you have to look at the Manchester United Academy. It has done very well. Like, I really, really am a big fan of it. But yeah, Jack Fletcher, I mean, there's another player. Oh my God, there's another player. Oh man, I forget his name. I think he plays for the academy. How could I forget the young lad's name? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh man, I literally, I can see him, but I can't, I don't know the name. Um, I don't know the name. I don't know the name. I feel like when I see it, I'll kick myself. I feel like when I see it, I'll kick myself. And it's funny, I seen Ten Hag talk to Collier there after the FA Cup final. I mean, he was the same with Kobe Manu, and Kobe Manu done it not long after. Um, Ollie says, I'm new to the channel. Are you Eric Ten Hag in? Eric Ten Hag out or in? In, Ollie. In, Ollie. And it's a shame he had to get sacked, but, you know, unfortunately things happen, doesn't it, pal? Richard says, yes, Onana is worth a show. Yeah, exactly. But again, how much will Everton want from him? I feel like if Everton maybe got relegated, we would have had a good chance. But the fact that they survived, yeah, you just don't know. Otto Snipe says, Conrad or Paradise maybe in the Italian league we can get players easier and cheaper probably. Yeah, I mean you have Benacer who plays for AC Milan, but again, just worth the shot really. Punchbane says Shea Lacey is the next gigs. I mean, you know, again, like this is what I love. Like you look at your Jack Fletchers, your Lacey's, your like you know, I know. Look, I'm not saying he you know, you look at Wheatley when he played for us. He looked like he could be good for Manchester United. Um, I mean, is it Charlie McNeil he was leaving us? Which I mean, look, you look at some of the players, and it's a shame that some of them, you know, it's a shame that they didn't work out. Like it is a shame. We look at certain players, we think maybe he could have been a good player, or maybe he could have been a good player as well. Like look at Joe Hugo, you know. I'm still trying to bloody find this bloody player I was talking about, and it's pissing me off. Oh man, the fact that I can like see him. Hey, look, another player who came through the academy as well is Kambala, and you know what, right? I liked Kambala. Oh, he's still there. He's not gone, Dean. But still, I actually liked. I liked. I like Kambala. Like his first game was against West Ham. Well, we lost 2-0. I mean, look at Forson as well. Uh, yeah, like it is mad. Ollie says, how are you, Eric Ten Hag? You finished 8th, minus goal difference, bottom of the Champions League and group stage. Satanic football shit, man management and talent. ID Eric Ten Hag. I'm Ten Hag because I trust the project and we won a trophy. And look at all the injuries we had this season as well. I mean, but look, Ollie, you're you know, I mean, look, listen, we'll always remember that night in Paris. We'll always remember that night in Paris. Don't worry, we'll always remember you for that. But look, like I said, if you're Ten Hag out, I still respect you. Punchbane says, personally, I loved Hannibal. Hannibal, yeah. You know who else I liked? Alvaro Fernandez. But he's gone now. Alvaro Fernandez. Remember watching him when Manchester United came to Dublin last season. Well, the season just gone. And I was watching Alvaro Fernandez. It was against Athletic Bilbao, just this in pre-season last summer. And I really liked Alvaro Fernandez. And the people behind me and beside me and even in front of me were like, he's a good player. And then people are looking at like, Dan Gore as well. Like there was most of the academy, like the young players there, like your Alvaro Fernandez, your Dan Gore, your Forson, you had Hannibal. You had, I think, no, it wasn't Zidane. Zidane Iqbal. Or was he there? I'm not sure. I mean, it was a while. It was last previous summer now, but there's a few decent players there, and I was like, Alvaro Fernandez was a player like, I really, really thought he's going to be brilliant for Manchester United. He needs to play more often. And we let him go. Like, why we let him go? Like, fuck's sake. Alvaro Fernandez was a good, like, he was brilliant, and unfortunately, he's gone. Like, honestly, when I seen that news today, I was like, why? Like, why? Bring him back. But I mean, you look at Zidane Iqbal too. Like, why the fuck did we let him go? You look at James Garner. Could he have been a good player for Manchester United? You really just don't know. But like, the academy is very, very. Like, it is good. Like, that's the thing about the academy. Like, it is very good, and I feel like a lot of decent young players in the country. Like, I've seen something today. I'm not sure. I actually hope it was more of a joke that they said that Manchester United have not got a good academy. Get fucked. Get fucked if that's what people think. Because I tell you what, no way. No way. Like, I really, really am a big fan of of the academy and what's coming through as well. I mean, like what they're doing over there. Oh, it's brilliant. I am still trying to look for this bloody player I was talking about, because I guarantee you now, I'll see the name and I'll punch myself straight into the head. That's Jack Fletcher, who we were just discussing. I actually remember Richard commenting about it a while ago, but I mean, obviously, in fairness to Richard, he's not going to really remember. Because I can't even remember. Oh my god. I remember even Stephen Howson publishing a video about him. Oh my god. I'm not in the stream. I say that, but then I'll end up in the stream, won't I? Yeah, now I'm on my history on YouTube. I don't want that. Right. Back up to a few comments here while I'm trying to find this hierarchy. Snipe says, I think we are relying on young players too much, like Manu and Garnacho. We need replacements because of extended games, so we don't have a Pedri problem. Yeah, I mean, that is true. You can't just rely on the young players, but they're doing a good job. Yeah, we have to buy. Clever says, Richard, agree. Ollie says, trust the progress, not the process. Well, the process is we won back-to-back trophies. Punchpaint says, in Ten Hag we trust. Exactly, Punchpaint. Ollie says, De Zerbi in, we need good football, Old Trafford. Oh, no, look, De Zerbi is good, but I don't want them there, Manchester United. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want them Manchester United. I apologise, but I don't want them Manchester United. Punchpaint says, I like De Zerbi, but he needs to prove himself at a big club before taking the wheel. Ollie says, Punchpaint, we don't need a big name. We need a coach to lay down the fundamentals and set a playing style. Punchpaint says, I'd steal Adam Morton too. Yeah, I mean, didn't he? Whatchamacallit? He played against us. When Palace beat us. Yeah, and he's only 20 as well. He is good. I mean, I've seen something there that some people were saying that he should have been called up to the England squad. I mean, like, Conor Gallagher is somewhat like a Manchester United, but like Adam Morton seems to be the a player who's come through for Palace this season. I mean, Elise is a good player as well. Otto Snipe says, you support a total overhaul of the club. Glazers really messed it up over the years, and Ineos are stuck with the dirty work, which they'll get held for. Look, I do. Like, I hope Ineos can do a good job of it, but I won't judge them now. But again, I won't say I'll totally judge them if they sack Ten Hag. But I think that people are looking at that to be like that sort of people are sort of waiting to see what they do with Solskjaer first. Like, oh, it's not Solskjaer. Fuck off, Ollie. With Ten Hag first. But let's see what happens there. But look, I look, the Glazers have burned this club into the ground, and the reason why we're in this situation is because of them. Ollie says we need Elise so badly. Garnacho wasn't good enough. Sorry, what? No, I'm sorry. See, Ollie, this is why he got sacked, pal. Yeah, look, I like Elise, but Garnacho, you cannot say that. Come on, man. Like, please. Otto Snipe says the already announced staff reductions and financial restriction. Hope they reduce player wages and not make horrible transfers with 100% markup with each new player like last season. God, my voice is bloody gone, which is I'm sure people are liking. Yeah, I do hope so, and I did see that they announced staff reductions and the financial restructuring, and they want to get the staff back working in the office because supposedly they work from home. Lazy shits, what you doing at home? Get into work. But yeah, no, I do look. I like what they're doing so far, but I think they need to hurry up with this Ten Hag thing. Like, they need to hurry up whether they're keeping them or sacking them. Like, hurry the fuck up. Like, honestly, just hurry up and get it done. That's all what I'm kind of like now. Just get it done. Like, please, just get it done. Do what you want. I want them to stay, but hurry the fuck up. Punch Paint says we have our gaffer when we have most of our starting. We have our gaffer when we have most of our starting players and we beat the biggest clubs. Yeah, exactly. And look, I feel like if we have a fully fit team throughout the season, which we're never going to go through a season without not playing out one or at least 2 or 3 players picking up an injury, but hopefully, what you may call it, next season is a lot better injury wise, less injury, should I say? Ollie says we need to stop buying. Players, we need to technically sound players, sign players, sound players are not players that run just for the sake of running. Fair enough, Ollie. He also said Amaz are 100% better than Scalar Android 17, so was Central. No. Ahmad's good, but don't, like, come on, man. I really do like Ahmad. I'm a big fan of Ahmad, but Garnacho is a very good player for us. So yeah, come on, man. Seriously, come on, Ollie. Just because Manchester United sacked you doesn't mean you take it out on Garnacho and players like that. Ibrahimov. I think I'm saying his name right. Amir Ibrahimov. Ibrahimov. Am I right in saying that him? I mean, you know what I mean? Him. How the fuck could I forget that? But look, it's 9:30. I think we'll end it there. We're live for an hour and 15 minutes. I am going to end it there. Before we go, Otto Snipes has said, not a big fan of Ten Hag, but the criticism, ridiculous, and also apart from the club is too much respect on any manager, but he took it professionally and winning FA Cup is a miracle. Yeah, exactly, Otto Snipes, and I appreciate that, pal. And cheers, Punch Paint, and big up to you, Ollie, pal. Well, anyone that's new, you are very, very welcome. Your opinions, again, I try to read everyone's comments, and your opinion does matter. I may speak about it, but I do like everyone's opinions, and it's a fan channel, and opinions matter. I'm a fan, you're a fan. Trust me, we're all fans here. But everyone has a right to an opinion, and that's what I want this channel to be about. I like debates. I love debates. But it's like if you want the player to be sold, I don't want it. But we agree to disagree, and so on and so forth, and vice versa. But we'll be live back tomorrow, about 5 o'clock. I'm gonna see what we can do, something fun. If it's not fun, don't get angry. I do want to do something fun. Whether we do that on a Wednesday or Friday, I do want to do that. But look, please, if anyone has a fun idea we can do on the channel instead of just discussing Manchester United news, I'd really, really appreciate that. Even if you DMs on Instagram, and you can see the Instagram name under me and the Twitter name or X name, whatever you call Twitter. I still call it Twitter. All he says, respect you, bro. I respect you too, and I respect everyone else that supports the channel. And thanks to you, Richard, as well. But look, I do want to do something fun. We will trust me. We will do the summer transfer show when we find out what's happening with the manager first. Then after that, we will go through it. We will go through certain bits and bobs. Punchpain says, "Are you doing your watch-alongs?" I mean, look, if people want me to do your watch-alongs, I'll do your watch-alongs depending on what it is. Because I mean, when does Euro start? When does Euro start? When does Euro start? Surely it's not long, is it? Surely it's not that long. 14th of June. Holy shit, that's not. I mean, like the first game up. Well, I mean, since we're talking about the Euros, the first game. I mean, you have Germany, Scotland, Hungary, Switzerland, Spain, Croatia, Albania. Like the first, like even England, Serbia. Like that's not really exciting. We know who's gonna win that. Like, come on. I don't know, but look, I will. Look, I may do Euro watch-alongs, depending on if there's any interesting games. But there's a game on the 22 games on the 20th of July, June. Sorry, that's obviously there's more than one game on the 20th of June. But like you have Denmark, England, Spain, Italy, Netherlands, and France. But like, would people like me to do watch-alongs? If you want to do, look, I will do it, and I will try and do bits and bobs because it's the Euros as well. I am delighted. My country aren't in it because we're not really great. Don't go mad at me. Ollie says, "I like this channel, although I disagree with your opinions." How many opinions? I mean, look, like I said, I disagree with some people's opinions, and that's the thing. You know, man, I'm not. You know, you may disagree with me, you may not disagree with me. That's just how we rumble here. You know, I mean, I don't come on here to make everyone agree. Ollie says it's coming home. Punchpaint says, "Great channel, thank you." Thank you, Punchpaint. And Richard says the 14th. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if people want me to do, like, pick a game, you know, overnight and comment tomorrow what game you'd like me to do. But I mean, Manchester United are playing as well soon, aren't they? So, well, that's soon. The first preseason game is July, isn't it? So, I will want to do preseason watch-alongs, and I can confirm games I'm going to be doing Manchester United watch-alongs for, and I'll do it now while we're at it, before we hit the road. Fuck off. Yeah, Google's saying we're FA Cup champions. I know. Because I'm going away the 29th of July. So I can do the Rosenborg Man United watch along, Rangers Man United watch along, Arsenal and Manchester United. But I don't think I can do Man United Betis and Man United Liverpool because I'll be away. But I can do Manchester United Rosenborg, Rangers Man United Arsenal. And I'll be away for the game against Betis and Liverpool. I'll be back I'll be back the 5th. So I actually be back the day after that game, which is a bit of a shame because I would have liked us to watch us beat Liverpool. Ollie says, where do you think we'll finish next season if we sack Ten Hag? I mean, that depends on the new manager, really, doesn't it? And what happens in the summer. So I can't really tell. I hope with Ten Hag or not, we finish in. I hope with whether Ten Hag's manager or not, we finish in the top 4. I do hope that's the case. But look, we have a website that I want to update so I can throw it up there because I did update it, and then I'm more focusing on this YouTube, Instagram, blah 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 blah. Top 4 minimum expectation says on. Oh yeah, exactly. Same here. I hope top 4. We finish in the top 4 and win a trophy next season. I really, really hope that happens, regardless if Ten Hag is the manager or not. Like Ollie says, in a trophy. If we can finish top 4 next season and win a trophy, with Ten Hag or not, I look at that as a very good season, Manchester United. Whether that's a Carabao Cup, Europa League, and FA Cup, it's a fucking trophy at the end of the day. And that's all I want us to do is win a trophy. Look, I'd love us to win the Premier League, the Europa League, because we're in it, and the FA Cup. But I think we'll only win 1. If we can win 2, well then, holy shit. But look, if we can finish top 4 and win a trophy or 2, well then, happy days. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, but look, we're going to end the show there. Like I said, Punch Pain put a great idea in my head now about doing Euro watch long. So we'll see what happens there. I may not do every single game, but we'll do big games. We'll do big. It's a very, very interesting game coming up, and we're doing a live site. Can you do watch long? If you want, look, you pick a game. So I'll tell you what, you pick games you want to do watch longs for. So you don't have to pick it today. You don't have to pick it tomorrow, next week. But trust me, if you want me, just want to not a shit game. That's all I want. But Ollie says if we win FA Cup and Europa League, that would be great. Oh, brilliant! Like, if we can win them 2 trophies, that would be very, very good. Like that would be brilliant. Yeah, that would be brilliant. Again, you just never know what next season holds. Yeah, you just don't know what next season has in store with any team. But hopefully someone else wins the title. Just once it's not Liverpool or Man City, I couldn't give a shit. And just once we can do well with Ten Hag. We'll see what happens there. But look, I want to come up with a very good. I want to have this like a weekly thing whether it's on a Friday where we just come on and do something fun. That's it. That interests people because FIFA. Honestly, played FIFA last night. Threw my controller at the wall because I got pissed off, and I don't want to play that again. And I don't want to get pissed off on stream. It's normal to watch long, but with FIFA, it is what it is. So I want to do something that people like. Because I don't think good old Richard will want to watch me play FIFA because let's be honest, not everyone I want to do that. And I don't want people to go mad at me managing skills, so we'll move that away. But I want to do something interesting. FIFA it is gone shit. I don't know whether it's just because, the more you grow up, the more you actually realise that I'm getting bored of this game now. So yeah, no, it is. It is, and I don't want to play that. I want to get something that will actually help and expose the channel and I can enjoy and so can you enjoy. But look, I will come up with an idea. Hopefully I can come up with something come Friday, but let's see what I can come up with. I'll talk to our old pal who's also on the channel in May, who's busy doing exams. He's a good lad, so we'll see what happens there. But look, I am going to hit the road. It's 20 to 10. I said we were going to end 20 minutes ago. If you haven't already liked the video, subscribe, follow our socials, links in the description. We can see the main 2 ones we use in Instagram and X or Twitter. And DM us there, all that sort of stuff. Much would you appreciate it. And speak to you all tomorrow for another show. And good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bunch of legends. See you all tomorrow.